Hello fellow Annihilators, I am the Annihilator, and you've seen the title, let's get into this. Slime Climb is a level in which you undertake a total wipeout style series of obstacles, ranging from bouncing beams to spinning hammers, all the while slime rises from the bottom of the map. For those who have watched my series on Fall Guys, you'll know my undying hatred for this level. The problem is that this level is based on pure skill, which I don't have. My dislike of Slime Climb is of no fault to the actual level, but instead my inability to recognise patterns. For people who are actually good at the game, it is usually very high on their lists, but only because they don't know the pain of seeing those two words flash on screen and knowing that everything up until this point has been for nothing. Of course, granted, when you do win, it does feel satisfying. In this level, there are doors that go up and down in a pattern, and I say pattern in heavy air quotes for reasons that will be clear in a bit, that you have to go through. After this, you slide down a slope to jump over a pit of slime and through another set of doors, going up and down. Oh, also, in front of most of the doors are poles that move across the doors to bounce you away. Now that is where the first problem arises. Imagine this, close your eyes with me. You make it to the final set of doors. After perfectly going through all the others, you are set to be one of the first to be qualified. The final doors are pretty fast, but you can see that you'll make it through. You jump, but then, out of the corner of your eyes, you see that the bouncer is zooming towards you. You can't do anything about it. It is inevitable. The bouncer snags your leg and sends you 40 miles back the way you came. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Actually, probably shouldn't have done that. You should probably go to therapy now. Okay, now that all of the scarred people are gone, let's continue complaining about this level. Not only are the bouncers demons from hell, but the patterns the doors go in are the devil in object form. You would think that one door would go up and one would go down, but you would be wrong. One or two are like that, sure, but some have impossible to judge patterns. The first one goes up, the second one goes up, then the second one comes down, and they steer like that, and then swap places. It's hard, okay? This one is simple. There are 3 teams, and you need to get more balls into your team's court. So why is it so low on the list? Well, because your Fall Guys weight is too low for you to actually feel like you're doing something to the ball. As always with the team games in this game, it is pure luck whether your team is competent. That's about it for this spot. Simple game, simple explanation, simple pick. This one is also simple. You fight against a conveyor belt to the finish line, while massive fruits rain from above. I hate the physics for the fruit, because they seem to shoot off in random directions. Just like Slime Climb, I see this level high on people's lists, and their reason is usually that you can see where the fruit will hit. But the thing is, it is hard to move away on the conveyor belt, and also my previous statement. Basically, it's football, but with 2 massive balls, and the balls are replenished. This level is low for the same reason that Hoarders is. You just seem so puny compared to the ball. Maybe if there was only 1 ball, it would be better, because the whole team would give more force than just half. Okay, 3 teams, 3 lanes, 3 balls, 2 team qualifications, and some obstacles. That's the basic summary of this level. The downsides of this level are the downsides of the other ball levels, but the reason why this level is higher than the others is because of one word: strategy. You see, you can go forward in the lanes into one big open area where all the lines intersect, so you can block off the other team's balls. If you couldn't do this, then it would be way too boring, and would rely too much on luck. Listen here. I'm going to say 3 words, and in those 3 words, you'll see what the level is, and how I feel about it. You ready? Just a second. Balance it out! Luck and skill. These are the two factors that go into a good level. Obviously there are other reasons, but those are the main ones. A level needs to have a good mix of both, maybe a little bit more to the skill side, but a good mix nonetheless. Slime Climb is too skill based, but I think Tiptoe is on the other side of the spectrum. The basis of Tiptoe is that there is a grid of blocks, and you need to find the right path of blocks to the finish line. If you go on the wrong block, the block disappears. How this level will usually go is that at the start, everyone will run forward. You will inevitably be the one to fall, you respawn, and so will everyone else, and then you will crowd on the right block until someone is pushed forward to either die or be everyone's hero. This will continue until you reach the finish line. It is pure luck whether you live or die. Sometimes a block will shake to indicate that it is fake, but really, who pays attention to that? Cockiness is your enemy in this level, and I learnt that the hard way. Basically, pictures of fruit flash on the floor, and after a few seconds, a fruit flashes up onto the screen. Then you need to stand on the right fruit. This mode is pretty good, but it doesn't fit into Fall Guys. Fall Guys is supposed to be action-based, not a memory game. The reason it isn't lower is because it is actually pretty fun. I've warmed up to it a bit because I didn't really play it properly at first. I just followed the crowd, but that is just plain boring, and there is always a chance that the crowd is wrong. If you get involved though, it is fun. The team levels in this game aren't really that great. Ask anyone and they will say the same thing. These following team games, however, I think are better because you actually have a bigger part in it. Team Tail Tag is a level in which there are 4 teams and random people start off with a tail, and you need to get and keep one of those tails. The teams with the most tails win. Like I said before, you have more of a part in this level, as opposed to the ball levels. The reason that this is the lowest ranked of the bigger part team games is because once you have a tail, there isn't really much more you can do for your team, and it isn't the most exhilarating thing to run laps around the map. There are 2 teams where one person in each is Jinxed, and that person needs to jinx all of the other teams. Once people are jinxed, they can do the same things that the original Jinxed could do. Once again, there is a limited amount of things you can do for your team to help. If you aren't jinxed, then all you can really do is run around, but it seems like there is always someone around the corner ready for you. I think the map should get a smidgen bigger. That would help the non-jinxed gameplay. It is a bit more fun when you are jinxed though. But if you are only having fun when you have already basically lost, what is the point of the game? Even still, it's better than Team Tail Tag, because at least you are having fun half of the time. Yet another team game. In this one, there are 3 teams, and you need to get eggs from the middle into your nest thing. Other people have this one pretty low on their lists, but I think it's fun. There is quite a lot you can do to contribute. You can guard the nest, you can attack another nest, and you can scavenge around the middle grounds. The only problem is the physics, or at least in my eyes. Because of the floppy nature of your Fall Guy, it often feels a bit frustrating to grab other people. This is the exact middle point, the most mediocre level ever. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. There are multiple rows of doors and some are fake. You need to go through the right ones to get to the finishing line. I said before that I hate pure luck in levels, but you see, you can just stand back and let everyone else go forward so that they uncover the right door. Then you go through the right one. Surprisingly, it does take a bit of skill to do that well. It also takes a bit of skill to jump through the doors because the teeth, don't ask me why there is teeth, stay at the bottom. This level is another race full of obstacles. Bouncing beams, spinning fan things, wrecking balls, and a slimy bouncer-filled hill. This one is quite fun. My only gripe with it is that the wrecking balls, if you are hit by them, send you to a valley that takes some time to get out of. it pretty much guarantees an elimination. All of the races will be around this place in the ranking, because they don't really have any significant problems, but they aren't my personal favourite. This one is just some spinning plates, basically. Once again, a race. This time there's a load of spinning poles and fans and stuff. This is definitely my favourite race because it is... well, actually I don't really know why. Maybe it just reminds me of a certain other level with its spinning poles. This one is another tail game in which there is only one, and the one who has it, when the game ends, wins. This one is better than the team version because if you get the tail, then that is how you win, instead of you getting a tail but then you lose because the rest of the team didn't get enough tails. The problem with this level is that usually at the very end, it ends with a big dog pile with everyone mashing grab. If that happens, then it is reliant on luck, which isn't very good. Basically, there are 4 cylinders that are spinning in the opposite direction as the one next to it, with lots of obstacles on. I like most of the survival games, mainly because it relies on repetition, which I like. I do like a little bit of seasoning each time I play though. This level, however, does not have different patterns or maps or anything, or at least it doesn't seem that way. If they add more maps for the level, then it will certainly go higher on the list, but at the moment it is getting more boring by the day. Yet another tail game. This time where there are multiple tails, and the ones who have a tail by the end win. The reason I like this so much is the same reasoning as Royal Fumble, but because there isn't just one tail, it never devolves into button mashing. I don't have any footage of Hoopsy Daisy because I have never gotten it on video, so enjoy some other irrelevant level. Hoopsy Daisy is a team game where you need to jump through hoops that appear randomly throughout the map. The reason this is so high is because there isn't a limit to how much you can do for your team. It also is a perfect mix of skill and luck, because it takes skill to jump through the hoops, and it takes luck that a hoop will spawn next to you. There are multiple levels of Hexagon that disappear at your feet. Whoever lasts the longest wins. I like this level, I do, it's just that I'm so bad at it. Also, I feel that the hexagons disappear too quickly. If you fall down a level and ragdoll in the air, then when you hit the hexagon below, you don't have enough time to recover. I'm only talking about like a millisecond more time. This one is fun. It is basically just a race level, but the finish line is a crown. It is once again a perfect mix of skill and luck. It takes skill to grab the crown and move past the obstacles, and it takes luck where the falling balls land, because you can't actually see where they are going. This one is much like Rollout. Walls come from the slime to knock you off the platform, and you need to stay on. There's one major difference which explains why this is higher than Rollout, and that is that there are lots of different maps, which means that it doesn't get boring. These last two are no challenge to rank. If you have seen my series, then you know. Jump Club is a survival level where you are on a circular platform and 3 beams are spinning round. 2 at the top that don't hit you unless you jump, and 1 at the bottom that you need to jump over. I'm sure you see the challenge in that. The poles go faster and faster over time. I've said repeatedly over the course of this list that a level needs a mix of luck and skill. Well, this level is fully skillful. I really don't know why I like it so much. Here we are, number 1, my favourite level. This is a harder version of Jump Club, 2 bottom poles instead of 1, and the floor falls away over time. This one will make your heart explode. Well, it certainly does that for me. Maybe that's why I like survival levels so much. It definitely feels very invigorating. Another reason why I like this level so much is that you are all warmed up from the previous levels, so it feels super satisfying when you win. Not that I've had that experience yet. And we will continue not having that experience in the next video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think of my picks. Don't forget to annihilate that like, share and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.